Hi everybody. I am Jo McCarroll. I am lucky enough to edit New Zealand Gardener magazine, which is pretty widely agreed to be the world's greatest gardening magazine by everyone I meet. Now from the very beginning we have showcased really some of the most beautiful gardens in New Zealand and the world, from Northland to Southland, and tell the stories of some amazing gardeners and amazing Kiwis, and we continue to do that today. What makes us special is our connection to our readers, and that's what sets New Zealand Gardener apart. I've been in magazines for many years now, and I've really never seen anything like the connection that we have with our readers. We're part of readers' lives, and we know that because they tell us. They share with us what they're up to in the garden, and some stories and some tips and some tricks, and they can be quite surprising. I mean, the New Zealand Gardener readership, they're a pretty smart crowd. They often give me tips about things in the garden. A woman got in touch the other day and she wanted to tell me how to get a bougainvillea to bloom. And she suggested what you needed to do was beat it very soundly with your walking stick at night. And I asked her why you had to do it at night, and she said, well, it's because otherwise your neighbours might see you. And I thought that was a really funny suggestion, and I put it in the magazine as a letter to the editor. And then this is absolutely true. I got a letter from another New Zealand Gardener reader with a list of plants that responded well to regular beating. So they were wisteria and ginkgo and fruit trees and nut trees. And I thought, well, you know, there's a lot of things I don't know about. And I called a friend of mine who is a plant scientist at Lincoln University, and he told me that plants, when they are subject to physical trauma, release a hormone called traumatin, which is quite similar, plays a similar role to the hormone adrenaline that in our own human bodies. And I know I heard from so many gardeners in Christchurch that after the quakes, their gardens performed like never before with fruit and with flowers. Now with this active and engaged and incredibly inventive readership, we have been able to do some pretty special things. Around last year, what we call New Zealand Gardeners Plan B. We know our readers are incredibly engaged around bees and beneficial pollinators. So with the September issue of New Zealand Gardener, you got a packet of bee-friendly seed. You were encouraged to sow this in your garden and plot your address on our Plan B map. Now I do know bees don't need maps. The map was to show New Zealand becoming more bee-friendly, one garden at a time. We also called on readers to take part in the Great Kiwi Bee Count. They went out in their garden, they looked at the site, and they counted the number of bees and pollinators they could see. Now most of you know the important role bees play in food security, so it's really not overstating it to say New Zealand Gardener could save the world. I would like to sort of share with you is this incredible history and exciting projects that we're working on now. We are continually innovating and creating new ways to connect with our readership, and because we have such an incredible strength of connection with our readerships, we're in an incredibly strong place to do that. I hope I've just given you an idea of the audience of New Zealand Gardener and what an incredible and engaged community it is, and the connection that those hundreds of thousands of Kiwis have with New Zealand Gardener. I think it is what you call a grassroots connection. And in this disrupted and distracted world, that connection allows us to create some pretty special and compelling commercial opportunities so you can connect with them too. Thank you very much.